Hey, with Adam Sims of the Greenbrier East soccer team. Adam, you guys are off to the state tournament. It's been a few days now since you were beat George Washington. You got past that regional and into the state tournament. What's the feeling now? You guys are going on. You know you're playing Wheeling Park. What are your thoughts on that?
Today we have practice. We're all just kind of locking in. We've been watching film like throughout the whole weekend. Everybody's just been talking about Wheeling Park, and how we have to get past them because G-Dub was the original goal to beat, but now it's state tournament and game by game, so we're focused on Wheeling Park.
When you look back at what you were able to accomplish so far, has it been as rewarding as you thought it would be when the season started and you wanted to get to past GW? I don't think many people probably gave you a chance to do that, and they have beaten you in the regular season. Has it been as rewarding so far?
Yeah, going through the community, it's kind of different. Everybody's like, we got your back. I've talked to a lot of like middle school parents, and they said they're pulling their kids out of school on Friday to come watch us play, so that's pretty encouraging for us. Me and Joe went up to the WVU game this weekend, and there's parents from around the state that we'd played, like Bridgeport, for instance. A couple other kids, they were telling us congrats and that they're rooting for us throughout the state tournament.
Got some notoriety in Morgantown even, huh?
A little bit, yeah. It was mostly like Bridgeport parents. A couple of kids from Charleston were down there.
You had mentioned that was one of the places you'd like to go. Are there other schools that you're looking at right now as the season's winding down? I know the state tournament's top priority right now, but have you thought about more schools?
Yeah, I've thought about West Virginia Tech. I think I could play both basketball and soccer there. So I'm also looking at there, but I honestly haven't been thinking about college since soccer started. I've been so focused, and now that we're in like tournament play, I've just been so focused that people are talking about, are you ready for basketball? And I just tell them no. I don't really want to go to basketball. I'm so locked in on soccer.
Well, you got at least one game left, hopefully 2 games left. When you look back at that game with GW, what do you think was the turning point? I mean, they made that late run, and it looked like you guys might be in trouble. They swung the momentum largely to their side with the 2 straight goals, like you guys did earlier in the half with the 2 straight to take the 3-1 lead. When you look back at that game, what do you think the turning point was?
Looking back, honestly, we should have went up 4-1. Chase Musio missed a good opportunity that we have confidence in him making. But once they go 3-3, defense, we were thinking, me, Dawson, and Nick and Caden, we were back there. We got to lock it down. We knew Joe would have our backs. The 2 shots that unfortunately went in when Joe was in there, just 2 really good shots. And then walking off the field after regulation, their G-Dub players were saying they don't belong to be here. They don't belong to be here. They know they shouldn't be on the same field as us. So we kind of took that over to the bench as motivation to push us harder. And then the main turning point for me would definitely be Joe's PK save on my foul.
That's what I thought. That's where I thought you might go with that, because that if he doesn't make that save, you're probably not in this point right now. And he said he did look at you after that and said, "Man, I can't let him down." I mean, to have him, you said he had your back. For him to do that, it seemed like that gave you the momentum back at that point.
Yeah, at that point in time, Michael was dribbling and beat Dawson and came to me, and I really didn't have any other choice to slide tackle. I went down a second late, hit nothing but Michael, didn't even get close to the ball, and at that moment, I was like, well, I'm done. So I just was down, and then I stood up, and Coach Lucas actually screamed at me across the field and said, "Don't worry, Joe's going to save it." And Joe didn't say a word to anybody. I was kind of out of it. I was like, crap. I'm not going to sleep for about 2 weeks. I don't know what I'm going to do. And as soon as he made the save, I sprinted to him, gave him a big hug. And at that moment in time, I knew we were going to win the game, whether it was in PKs or we were going to get a goal. But at that moment in time, I knew we were going to win the game.
What aside from the run you guys made, what was the highlight for you this year? I know you wanted to beat Woodrow, obviously, because they beat you in PKs, I think, the last 2 years in the sectional tournament. What was a highlight for you this year?
Honestly, right now, I'd say it's the regional win. But I'm hoping that's not the ultimate highlight. We still got this week of practice. But honestly, I'd say the best parts of the season we're in practice. We just have really fun moments where we're competing, talking trash, having fun. But the good thing about our team is, like, in between the lines in practice, like, we go after it, talk trash, make each other better. But off the field, we're always going out, playing pickleball, eating dinner, hanging out, and, like, we've really become a family this year.
Aside from, I don't know what they've done lately, but I know Wheeling Park's generally had a pretty good program. What do you know about them, and what do you expect on Friday morning?
We know they have one really good striker. He has about 35 goals. Is that it? 30 to 35 goals this year. He plays striker, so me and Dawson, we've been watching film on that together, trying to figure out his tendencies and, like, what he wants to do. They look big on film, but they lost to Woodrow 2-0, but also tied G-Dub 0-0. So we know they're capable to hang with any team in the state, just as we are. But we also know we could maybe catch them, like, sleeping a little bit. But other than that, we think they're a really good team, and we got to get prepared and have a good week of practice for them for Friday.
Any advantage to playing in Beckley, a place where you guys know pretty well?
I think it is, and especially having the 1 seed, I think it's also another advantage. Knock on wood, we have not lost a home game this season, and I don't know how, but we were technically the home team against G-Dub. So I think that's also given us a little more confidence going in, because we haven't lost a home game, and, like, as a team, like, we look at, like, superstitious stuff like that. And with the game being in Beckley, we have a lot of fans that are going to come, since it's only 45 minutes to an hour trip. So I think the fan support is going to help a lot, because Wheeling Park has to travel a good bit.
Is there any? Were you surprised to be the number 1 seed? Was that a shock to any of the people on the team?
Honestly,
you haven't been there before in your career.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know, because they do the regional rankings 1 through 8. All the coaches send it in. So I was kind of wondering, with us losing to G-Dub, I was wondering, like, where we'd be, but I guess we were pretty high just because we had a solid record. But I knew we had to be in front of Hurricane because we had beat Hurricane. But I didn't really know anything about Wheeling Park and Spring Mills, so I wasn't really sure. But we're really glad and we're pleased that we're the number 1 seed. But now we have to take care of it and go win it all.
Adam, I appreciate the time as always, man. Thank you.
Thank you.